Oh, there you go.
All right. We got another episode of the Darwin's Elite Podcast. All right. So let me introduce our two guests for today's episode. Our first guest is none other than J Money International.
What's going on, fellas? Good to be on. Good to be speaking to y'all.
Nice.
Thanks for hosting us, Commish.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for crossing the Atlantic just to do this episode. But all right, next we have on the infamous.
It was all a dream. It was all
Yo. No introduction needed. What's up, y'all?
What's going on, Dream? All right, guys, let's get started. I'm just going to see who was the high man last week. I believe it was only 200-point scorer, which was Dark, right?
Dark, yeah. I think 210, right?
Dark had
Suspect.
210. So high man and only 200-point scorer.
Dream wastes no time taking shots.
So a rough year for you, Dream. Not a typical year. Where you ended up, but you fought through the whole season. How you feeling right now?
Listen, man, this season has been an absolute absurd exercise in futility. I cannot. The words cannot express how ridiculous this season has been. We all know the truth here. We all know who the real players are in this league, and it is unconscionable that the Dream is not in the playoffs this year. It has been a series of unrelenting, seriously, attacks on my squad. First pick, gone. Second pick, gone. Both starting quarterbacks, gone. Had to trade my tight end just to survive. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to boil this down. If you really look at my record, this has arguably been the best performance, considering the circumstances, of any Darwin League team ever.
I was with you to that last statement there.
Look closely at it.
The funny thing, no one, because we all know, no one gave. Everyone thought Dream could make it out. He was making moves. He was making trades, as he always does. So we were like, oh, he's going to get at least the sixth spot. But the sixth spot is points, and your team, it was tough to put up points when you're replacing a lot of your starters and people that you drafted in the first few rounds. And I'm looking at your team now, and man, it was a tough year.
Right, but tough teams survive. I didn't complain once. I didn't bitch and moan like Bone Crusher. I just took my lumps like a man, and that's what you do in Darwin. Okay, I didn't complain about trades like many teams in this league. Oh, you traded with Dog Pound, and that was crazy. All that kind of nonsense, man. This is the kind of stuff I had to fight through. But, character is tested. Character shows when you're tested. And I think we all know who's got the character.
Well, you lost. For a long time, you were starting one quarterback, two DSTs, right?
Oh, yeah. We had to pull all the rabbits out of the hat, man. Two defenses, two quarterbacks, really 1.5 quarterbacks, and it was crazy. It was a week to week battle. And don't get it twisted. If you really look closely, I still hung some L's on some key teams who supposedly were performing well in this league. It was frustrating. It was frustrating.
Let me set this. So, and I know quarterback. Quarterback was a problem. All three of us on this had quarterback problems. J Money most recently with I think Fields is coming back, but is
Lamar, right?
Lamar, yeah, is he coming back? What's what's going on?
He should be, but they're saying 1 to 3 weeks, so bad timing for it. So that might be 1 to 3 weeks after I'm knocked out of the playoffs. We'll see.
And you got in with points, so the 6th spot.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to see. I want to see because Dream's team is compared from this week to week 1. How big a difference his team is. Let me put that. I'm gonna dual screen this.
You looking at the squad?
Yeah. His squad is so much. So here's his squad. Week 1: Dak Prescott, James Conner, Brandon Cooks, Cooper Kupp, Mark Andrews, Jameis Winston, 49ers and Broncos, Jerry Jeudy, DJ Moore. Like nobody is here.
Yeah, but
yeah.
The funny thing is that I'm with him. I sympathize just a little bit that he's been hit by injuries, but reading off the list of his squad from week 1 to week 15, it was going to change anyway, regardless of whether or not the players were healthy or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. That's 100% not true. I was one of the best. You can check the stats. I drafted in the top 2 or 3 teams in the league, as I do every year.
Yeah.
Okay. And my teams only improve. Period. Okay. And so this is clearly a one-off. I mean, Dark McGuire is like in the top 3. I rest my freaking case.
Isn't he new?
This is his second year.
Second year, yeah.
It's his
He
second
might as well
year.
be new.
And it was his wide receiver. He had a nice running back core with Derrick Henry, and who do you have in the beginning of the year? Derrick Henry and Najee Harris. Najee Harris didn't do much this year, but Tony Pollard has been stepping up towards the end of the year, and Derrick Henry's been Derrick Henry. I thought his team was weak because he started the year with Devontae Smith and Adam Thielen as his top 2 wide receivers, but Devontae's had some big games, and when DeAndre Hopkins came back, that's what saved him. Yeah. And Geno Smith too, picking up Geno off the waiver. Yeah. That's what really got his team going. So that got him the bye. Which I didn't. I had his team ranked 10th in the beginning of the year, but he did a good job.
Thing.
Yeah,
he got a bye out of it, so he did his thing. Can't hate on that.
Okay, so let's go to this week. Because I know people were talking in the chat. J Money, he's starting a player that did not play. Let's see. Who was that? That
was
Tennessee.
My man Treylon Burks.
Let me throwing up scoring preview.
Yeah, what happened with that?
All right. First of all, everybody needs to calm their asses down. That wasn't a oversight. That was purposeful. So I didn't want to drop my man. I view him as valuable. And my chances of making the playoffs on points were pretty high. So I just wanted to hit a certain threshold of 120. And I thought I'd be safe with that. And I didn't like any of the wide receivers. I felt that it was like a potluck. Even the ones that ended up outscoring him, scoring 12 plus, they're not players I would typically carry on my squad. So I was like, I'm not dropping them and then risking losing potentially next week Treylon Burks when he comes back. So and I had no other options on the bench because everybody was on bye. So I had to let it go, and it worked out.
Oh, Justin
That
Fields.
seems reasonable. What was the issue with Bone Crusher? He acted like he lost his best friend.
I think that was before the scores had settled down. I think he was looking for you. Who are you facing? You were facing Dark.
He was,
Who's
he was
KD?
thinking that he wasn't going to be able to get into the playoff on points, so he needs to climb to fifth, which he eventually did. But he thought that he needed me to beat at least win one more game to kind of stay ahead of him to get that spot. But it ended up essentially that's
Oh,
what
okay, I
happened
get it.
too.
He didn't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
you to drop down, and then he wouldn't be able to beat you at points.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So he didn't need you to beat someone specifically. He just didn't. He didn't want you to drop.
Yeah.
Oh,
He needed that fifth spot.
oh, I see. I thought you forgot the Traylon Burks, but Traylon
No,
Burks was
no.
out, right?
Yeah, but I only found out first of all, I was sick with the flu for the past 3 days. I only found out on Sunday morning that he was out, so I was holding out hope that he would play, but he never got the concussion protocol. And by the time I went on the waiver wire on Sunday morning, the pickings were slim. So I was like, nah, let me just keep him.
What
And I'll
time?
take
What
that
time was his
0.
game?
I've won. 1 p.m.
It was a 1 p.m. game.
Yeah,
So they
1
didn't give
p.m.
him a O? I didn't notice that because you could have put him in the.
They gave him a O. Yeah, when I checked on Sunday morning, he had the O.
So you could put him in the You don't have
No, he's
anyone
out
in
for
there.
one game. Yeah,
I know, but you could have put him in the IR and pick somebody up.
No,
no, can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
can't do that.
Yes, if he is designated an O, you can put him in IR.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah, no.
That's
So
new.
I put that in the chat how many times? O, IR, and then during COVID, and PUP. But COVID doesn't pop up anymore. But PUP-less, IR, and out can go into the IR slot.
You know, this is jovial. Seriously, this is freaking jovial. Because so let me get this straight. Someone can be out one game because he, I don't know, violated some internal team issue and team policy rather, and so he's out one game, and I can put him on IR.
No.
But my quarterback, who damn near broke his freaking leg, who is and literally is out for several weeks, I get a text from Dago about carrying an extra quarterback when all my 3 of the 4 of my quarterbacks are on half a leg. I'm playing with an arm tied behind my back. I get lectured on from Dago on how the quarterback situation should be managed when it comes to IR slots.
Yeah.
But yet a man can be out for a cold, or he wants to go see his baby mama, and he's out of the game. And he can be put on IR.
You had 5 quarterbacks, 1 out, and then you put 4 in. So the problem was that you had 5 when we only said 4.
Correct.
So
correct.
That's the IR still carries the how would you say, the roster number, whatever the number roster.
As it should not, because the player. I understand, but it should not, because the player by definition is inactive. It's an inactive player. So how is it a live spot if it's an inactive player? The player would be.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't have a problem with the rule.
Because the player is inactive regardless of whether he's on my IR slot or if he's on the waiver wire. He's inactive. He cannot be employed.
But with that logic, then I could pick up as many running backs as I want, as long as they have designated. I can never go over.
No.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. You're saying if the player is inactive, whether he's on your slot or in the IR, if he's inactive, then you can carry him. And that
IR, according to the proper definition of IR, then yes. If you have 10 running backs and 9 of them are on IR, truly on IR, then more power to you.
Sounds like something we'll have to take in next season. But I didn't know that rule, that if you're out for like a game,
Yeah.
you can put them on our
That's
spot. So
This came up several times during the year. You guys can scroll back, and I
No, I know. I'll probably
Yeah.
just move back from all the Killer Bees and Banks.
Yeah, but then
Killer Bees complaining and Banks self-congratulating.
so but
People
out.
have-
I just want to say out just means the team designated O. They usually don't designate O for suspensions. That's suspension. Suspension can't go in. I've never seen an out for like, family reasons. Usually, like someone has a family reason. It says questionable, and then they don't play, but it still stays as a Q. I've only seen out designated for injuries. I've never seen out designated outside of an injury. But I don't know. It's something we could change the rule if people don't like it. But I've always said out, IR, and pup can go into there. Besides that, nothing else. But
I hear you.
I do want to give I want to give a shout out to someone mentioned the Killer Bees. I want to give a shout out to the Killer Bees. They've been fighting hard. Typically, chronically, historically, a very suspect squad, but overall, they have been steady Eddie and performing this year. So props to the Killer Bees.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he was holding down second most of the year, lost at the end, but he still got that. I think it was mentioned on the prior podcast by Citro and Banks. He has that baked-in quarterback score. The moment that kickoff starts.
Yeah,
with Patrick
when
Mahomes,
when Bank got down on his knees, and we know what happened next. Then but they both made out well. I think what was key is that Jalen Hurts actually became a new person. I mean, I don't know. This guy just he mutated into a good quarterback.
Yeah.
well, I have Killer Bees winning the whole thing this year just because of that.
Do you?
I do.
You?
You have Bees winning?
I have Bees winning in my predictions. I had
Up there.
Bees. I had
Cash out.
Bees and J Money in the championship.
No, that's
And J Money, but this is before did Justin Fields or the Lamar Jackson go. This is like early November when I made those predictions.
Yeah.
Then you lost quarterbacks, and then I had Killer Bees beating Bank, but now I think Bank just lost Kyler Murray. He's out.
Yeah. That's gonna make the. So I could see these kind of at least giving Bank and Dago. That's who I would say probably more.
yeah.
Good
I
now.
think
Right.
Bees. I think Bees and Dago have a real shot. Bees has to be favored with that quarterback combo. So I think I agree with you on that. But in terms of the second, or who would go against Bees, I don't know, man. I think I would have to lean towards Dago. But hey, can we talk about though the most disappointing team this year? No excuse.
Who would that be?
Tralfamadorian Test Pilot.
Let's go to Trout's team.
They had a good team.
Yes,
I mean, he had what?
he had Tom Brady
and Aaron
and
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. You gave him Mark Andrews, didn't you? Trade? Who had Mark Andrews?
Yeah. Mark Andrews.
He picked up Tyler Lockett off the waiver, and he's been Chris
He has good running backs too.
Godwin. Yeah. Well, he traded for Elliott, I believe, but that was still a good trade. Jay Williams.
Got solid. Yep.
So what happened? I wish they would show
know.
you stats to see, because sometimes they'll show you throughout the year your bench compared to what you could have had, and that would just tell you like, okay, he didn't manage his team as well, but he did have a nice squad
No, he had
on paper.
I would say he had a lot of underperformers.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that to point, I think Dream's making in knowing this league well, he has underperformers with name value that he could have quickly traded for some better performers.
Mm-hmm.
People would have given them stuff that would have kept his squad afloat. If he dangled Rodgers or Brady out there, Jonathan Taylor, people would have pounced on that. I'm not sure if he did. I never received a trade offer from him. I don't trade that much anyway, but yeah, I could see that could be why you're saying that, Dream. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, and this goes to show you that, okay, I mean, honestly, this captures the whole league because he had all the big name talent, a lot of the big name talent, and talent in and of itself, an amalgamation of talent, does not necessarily equal success in this league. You've got to manage your team. And at the end of the day, I, with bubblegum and some string, ended up one slot behind TTP. And that is, I think that says a lot. You know, I mean, no disrespect, Trout, but man, you know, you should have pulled out more with that squad.
And that's somebody I think that has a chip, right?
No, I don't think so. No,
Sure?
He doesn't.
No.
he doesn't have a chip. No, I don't see it on the league page.
So yeah, he could have made some more moves, but I also get that he wanted to sit on all that talent and just let it play out, you know. But at some point, you got to make a move.
That is very true. So let's see right now overall standings. So Bank and Dark McGuire has buys. So it's going to be J Money versus Bees and Diego versus Bone Crusher.
That's going to be a great game.
That's a great game, yeah.
Let me see Bone Crusher's squad. Because Jacobs has an injury. I don't know if he's going to play. Who did he lose? Cooper Cup.
Who, B?
No, Crusher.
Oh, Crusher. Yeah, he's had a tough year, too.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't give me that. When he sent that text about injuries, I honestly I threw up a little bit. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're going to lecture the league on your difficulties with injuries? Are you serious?" Right? So, no, man. His pale in comparison to mine. He got hit with a couple of standard ones that you typically can get one with one of your star players, and he's bitching and moaning. But no, man, he didn't have an entire team depleted like mine.
He fought though. But yeah, no, I hear you. He fought though.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it out. I think Bees is going to win this one. No, he's facing Diego. I think Diego's going to win this one.
There you go.
He has Josh
I got
Jacobs
Diego.
at Josh Jacobs home to New England. James Conner at Denver. It just doesn't look good for his running backs, but his other players look all right. But it's Mac Jones. Hunter Henry is his tight end. It's going to be a tough one because I know Diego has Diego has the two running backs in Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Saquon, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's good.
That's tough.
We'll see, but it's looking like a Dago
Amon-Ra.
win.
Yeah, Amon-Ra, CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough.
And then you're going against Bees.
Yeah.
And you have no quarterbacks.
No, I got Justin. He was just on the bye last week.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Fields is on the bye. Okay, so you got Fields, Sam Darnold, home Pittsburgh, Terry McLaurin. You gonna start Kamara?
Yeah, I'll start Kamara and Miles Sanders and Devontae. So we'll see. Got a little bit of a shot. Killer should be favored. I'll be the underdog.
No question.
Killer's favored for only one reason, and it's those two quarterbacks.
It's Sam Darnold. Yeah.
Well, Nick Chubb, Christian Kirk has been good this year, but Dallas has a good defense. But Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes at Houston, Josh Allen in Miami.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the same Miami team he faced in the beginning of the year.
They could be spotting him 100.
Oh. But yeah, man, it's been a hectic year. It has been.
It's
It's been a hectic year. A good year.
No, it has. I know I joke, I know I jest, but yeah, man, it's been a tough year. I mean, I'll be honest with you, just real talk for Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I don't know what that guy's going through, but that just watching him decline like this honestly took me out of the fantasy frame of mind, and I was like, "What's going on with this guy, man?" Because his life is changing right before our eyes, and it's not good.
Yeah.
He's a different player. Seems like a different person. So yeah, it's been a tough year.
Yeah,
but it's been good. I mean, the league, Joe. I think it's been a really good year. Thanks to you, Commish. Holding it down and bringing some new innovations, and dealing with all these knuckleheads. But there's been a lot of engagement. Bank aside with his his people's champ nonsense. But really, really, I'm the quiet one, but I really enjoyed the banter and everyone fighting, to stay alive this year. So
yeah. The last 2 years have been good. Before then, we had a whole bunch of, I felt like random people in the league.
Yeah,
some Buffalo guy, and then Trifecta, and Trifecta's friend Newbie Max, who won the league one year. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I actually thought Trifecta was a pretty good addition, but he didn't hang on.
No. Yeah, I just left that chat cold turkey. There's another chat. I just left it cold turkey. Didn't say anything. But yeah, it's been a good last 2 years. But I think that's it for me. I don't think I'm doing this next year.
Is Citro taking the reins back?
I hopefully I give him the reins, because it's difficult with these two toddlers running around and at the same time working.
Yeah, I hear
at
you.
the same time.
Yeah, man. No, I can only imagine.
Yeah, the podcast is fun. I do this because I'm trying to start my own little thing here, so this is like practice for me. But this is interesting. I like doing that. I might keep doing it next year, but I can't do the whole commissioning, man. Woo.
Yeah, we got.
It's like a coach. The personalities you got to manage. You know,
true that.
It gets tough, but yeah, man. So
well done, well done.
Thank you. So yeah, we'll try to keep it short. If you guys have anything else to say for this week, J Money.
Yeah, man. No, again, like I said, it's been a great year. I'm trying to see if I could climb that mountain at least one more time before I quit. Darwin may take me another 10 years, but I'm gonna hang on. And yeah, let's do this. And I'm coming for you, killer.
Wait, so if you're saying if you win, you're done, you retire? If you win,
yeah, I might go out. Yeah, I might go out like down Elway.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, Dream, do you have a ring? Do you have a chip?
So I don't have a ring, but I'm clearly the most consistent and solid player in the league. But I don't have a ring.
Well, in the words of Dago, you are the new J Money. I don't know if you heard that episode. Yeah. That's what he said.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You've been the most consistent in the last, what did he say, last 5 years. Yeah.
No, I mean, I get it. It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. I hold the record for the best all-time single season record. I know Bank tries to claim it, but no, it went to me. I've consistently gone to the playoffs. It's frustrating. I really want the ring. I'm not going to lie. And I was pretty optimistic about this year. But, you don't always get them. But I'll say right now, I'm not going to end up like Barkley or Karl Malone. Like, I'm going to get my ring. So.
For sure.
Oh. All right, guys. Good luck, J Money, this week. Going up against Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. I say this even though I know I picked Killer Beast to win it all. And we'll see. I have to start working on this damn sheet for the dues. That's next.
I like my chances, so let's leave it there.
Before we hear Dream, So you had added Dog Pound to the league. You think he's staying? You said is that your brother-in-law?
He is, yeah.
You think he's staying? I've been trying to hit him up to get on a podcast, but he's very hard to get in contact with.
Oh, okay. I can get to him, but yeah, I mean, I think so. I haven't asked him, but I think so. But it'll be year to year, so we'll see what he says.
Oh, so he hasn't told you how he liked it. I hope you told him about the dues because he's got. I sent them as much information as I could, but he's gonna owe some money. I think he has a couple, maybe one bottom dweller, but
What's that? This league loves some Martin Lawrence. What's that? Don't let me catch you on the street notice.
we'll see.
No, I mean, hey, he knows that there's fees, but I tried to balance that with the upside, saying, hey, if you perform well, you get all that money back, and it pretty much covers you. But you also got to perform, and so obviously it didn't work out this year well for him. So yeah, that's all right. He's a big boy; he can take it.
All right, guys. I want to thank J Money and Dream for joining us on the podcast today, guys. It's been real. J Money, good luck in the playoffs. Dream, next year I know you're gonna come back strong, and
Yes, sir.
commish out.
All right.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Hey, y'all be blessed. Peace.